when you get abused by people you trust, you are not experiencing life as a child. When you're 7 years old and you have to worry about trying to find a safe place in the evening, that's a different challenge than whether or not you're going to read Dr. Seuss that night.
They're cared for 1 minute and they're ignored the next. Loved 1 minute and they're thrown aside and beaten the next. They're given food one time and the next time they ask for food they're told to go away.
Most of the kids know that they've come to Ryther because they've been through a pretty traumatic past and they've been unable to be safe in foster homes or relative placements, so they come into residential care.
At Ryther, I am impressed with the number of people here who love children and love them enough to go the extra mile to take care of them.
I think we help show them that there are adults that can be safe, that can be consistent, that will do what needs to be done for their treatment.
We can, in fact, keep them here and provide them with a safe, comforting, nurturing environment that begins to see real progress in their recovery.
Ryther creates a safe place for kids.
I'm 11 and this is my cottage. This is my comfy room. Over here, this is where we help cooking. Only when the staff say it's okay. During dinner, we have 2 dinners because there's lots of kids. This is one of our book rooms, right? Because we have lots of books. I'm a big fan of reading.
We have our days very structured. They're very, consistent. The kids know what to expect.
We have individual groups such as Survivors Group, and that is a group that's designed to work with children around their abuse history and to learn how to put that abuse in an appropriate container and not have it drive all of their emotional life.
We work on becoming a survivor versus a victim and finding that there are other kids who've been in similar situations and that they're not alone is really helpful for the kids.
For many of the children, nighttime in their homes was not only chaotic, but terrifying, because that is typically when strangers might be there, people might be out of control because of drug or alcohol use, parents might be fighting, there might be domestic violence going on, and that is typically the time when children are most vulnerable to sexual molestations and predators.
This is my little furry friend. I named him Mutt. He gives me lots of comfort and care. Most of the nights here, the staff will say they'll see me hugging him. When I was a little kid, I used to have these really bad nightmares. And so I've had this guy since I was 3 years old. And I don't think I'll give him away. I think I'll pass it on to my family.
They have been moved from pillar to post and oftentimes made to feel that they're disposable and that they get bumped around and tossed from hand to hand. What we hope to have is that these children can stay in a placement for a long period of time, maybe even to the time that they're 18 years old, where they transition into a secure, safe, productive life.
Mike, when he first came to the nest, he was a goofy, silly little guy, a 6-year-old, super funny. He was shy at first. He definitely had his guard up, and eventually it kind of came down quite a bit, and we'd see him running and playing outside and absolutely just being a kid.
He needed to work on social skills. He had a lot of abuse and trauma that we needed to try to help him kind of cope with and move past so that he could be successful in an environment that wasn't a residential treatment center.
Mike absolutely made a lot of progress while he was here at Ryther. He learned how to stop, think about his options, decide what he was going to do, and then make a good decision.
We have a treatment team, and we meet and talk about what is it we still need to see this child do before they could move on to therapeutic foster care. And between that treatment team and the staff team and talking about how he was doing in the cottage, it was decided he was ready to move on.
When I first moved into my foster home, I was 10 and a half, and it was kind of emotional because I wasn't used to being with just a family.
Once they turn the page and see that they're going to be here permanently, then they start attaching themselves to you emotionally, and then I think they really start to grow.
The greatest joy about the kids is watching the progress they are making, watching them to improve and develop into great people.
My foster parents, they kind of helped me because they didn't give up on me. They just had faith in me that I could succeed.
Mike's getting close to being a normal kid. He's got friends in school. He does most things that most teenagers enjoy.
I like to play baseball and golf and sometimes basketball.
It took some time before Mike understood that he's actually part of this family.
I do feel loved here and protected.